Homemade macaroni salad is where it's at today. You don't need to go to a grocery store to make the best iconic celebration salad for summer. That's what we're gonna make, and it's gonna be delicious. Let's go. Macaroni salad is honestly really simple and uses traditional ingredients. This is like a Midwest staple here. So we're gonna start with macaroni, the elbow noodles. Now, obviously mine is more of a wheat noodle, but you can do whatever you like, whatever you're more comfortable with. And what we're gonna do is start by cooking it. Traditional is elbow. Now, if you wanna do a different noodle, that's fine. I have water boiling, and I think the important step anytime you're gonna do a pasta is make sure to salt the water. This is the only time you're gonna actually season your pasta. And you know what? It doesn't all work into the pasta, but it does season it, and it's super important. So the water's boiling, it's salted. We're gonna add in our macaroni. Now we're gonna cook it until it's done, because we're not gonna cook it even more. So it's not just al dente, we wanna cook it till it's done. Then I'll drain it, we'll let it cool. We'll make the sauce, and we will have a macaroni salad. It's that simple. After they cooked, I drained them, let them cool off, because you don't want them to be hot when you're gonna put the dressing together and everything. So let them come down to at least room temperature. And I did rinse them with cold water. I know it's a pasta no-no, but it stops the cooking and gets the extra starch off, which is gonna work better for this. So we have all the now components to really create the goodness that is needed. So I'm gonna make the dressing right in here, and then we'll just put the pasta right into it and fold it together. So starting with mayonnaise, use whatever mayonnaise you love. Now, I'm gonna admit here, I make homemade mayonnaise. It's what I like, it's what I love. You do you. If you have one, whether you're a Miracle Whip person, a Duke's person, Hellmann's, whatever it is, make it work. I do like to cut it with some Greek yogurt. I think that's actually really important because mayonnaise can be a little bit too heavy sometimes, and a little bit of Greek yogurt, it kind of brightens it, almost lightens it, but it adds a tanginess too, and there's just a good play between those. I think that's super important. I'm gonna add a little bit of honey. You know, now, if you're gonna look at old recipes of this, what do you see? Copious amounts of sugar usually. We're not doing that. We're doing a little bit of honey because balancing out the flavors with the sour, sweet, tangy is super important, and that's a good way to do it. Cracked pepper, you know, I'll admit, I love cracked pepper, probably more than most people, but it just is extra good. I'm gonna grab my salt and I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt. Again, we season the pasta, but that salt doesn't all work in, so we're gonna add a little bit of salt just to make sure it's well seasoned, and then pickle relish. Now, the question I always get, do you use sweet relish? Do you use dill relish? I use homemade relish, which I have a recipe for on my website for home canned. It's not sweet, it's more of like a dill with a slight, maybe sweet, almost like a bread and butter without the sweetness, I would say. But I just find you have to, again, use the pickle relish you love. Now, I love pickle relish and I love my homemade. And I think it's one of those things, some people don't love it. So just buy a simple one at the grocery store and don't fret about it. I think that's the important thing. So we're gonna stir this together. Was that not simple? Like that's pretty much the dressing. That's how simple it is. And you can see it comes together really quickly. So then we have a whole bunch of add-ins. So I'm gonna just put my pasta at first right in there. We drained it. Let it sit and make sure like as much drained off as possible. So now to this, we're gonna add a whole bunch of good stuff. So I have some eggs that I have chopped. I know, I'm going all old school. That's how my mom always did, and I do sometimes love a little egg slicer like this. I'm sure you've seen these, but they have, you know, you can put an egg right on there. You can go through, slice them. So if you wanted to, you could leave bigger pieces, or you can pick it up, open it, put it back, and slice it the other way. And then you get these nice little pieces. So, you know, you can slice them with a knife too, obviously, but this is like the one thing I keep this for, and I just think it works well. So we're gonna add in hard-boiled egg. To me, that's a must. When it's coming to summer get-togethers, summer, you know, parties, you wanna do it right, and you wanna do the flavors that people are used to, and that's what this macaroni salad is. It's just kind of one of those simple flavors. So I'm gonna do some scallion, because for me, I like a little bit of onion in there, but not like a strong, astringent onion. So I'm just gonna do some scallion, and I just want it to be, you know, nice and chopped. So it adds that nice, light, almost sweet onion flavor without the cloying, astringent, strong onion. I think that's nice. And I do up to the white and the light green parts because I like a little bit of that color in there, and I think that's important. So I'm gonna put that in there. See how it's just building? At first you think, well, that wasn't that much pasta, Caleb. And then to me, this is like church potluck right here. We're gonna add some cube cheese. And it has to be the yellow cheddar because you need to see it's in there. I mean, as a kid, I'm gonna say most kids probably didn't love macaroni salad. This kid loved his macaroni salad and would always load up on it. And I loved when I saw the chunks of cheese in it. So we're gonna make sure to put that classic yellow cheese, and that's just what it needs to be. I mean, imagine this with your hamburgers, with your brats, you're grilling, you're enjoying. It needs to be right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add in the cube cheese, as it should be. And then now the one thing that could be a little different, I like a little bit of freshness, and I like a little bit of fresh herb. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of dill. I think that pop of flavor, it plays with the pickle relish in general, so I think that's one reason it works. And then a little bit of parsley, which, let's be honest, parsley has flavor, and if you buy fresh, good parsley, it should have a little bit of flavor. It's not just for color. But believe me, I do love the color it gives, because you have then that kind of pop of, a little bit of a fresh flavor that you just wouldn't get otherwise, because it cuts through the heaviness of the mayonnaise, it cuts through the Greek yogurt, and it really comes out in it. So now we just want to fold this all together. Now, as we're folding, you're going to see this is a pretty pasta salad, but it's also just kind of that iconic pasta salad. And we're going to slightly fold. Now, you guys, as I'm doing this, I forgot one thing. I'm sure you're thinking it. You're going to get excited here. Some prepared yellow mustard. You need just a little bit in there. Again, not Dijon, prepared yellow. Now, that's just going to go right in. For one, that gives you that creamy color you're used to, but it has that tang, that kind of strong tang that's different than other mustards that you need. So I'm gonna stir this, and I'm gonna keep stirring it until it's all mixed together. Do you see how it's starting to come together as just kind of one of those hello summer pasta salad? Because this has all those flavors that we want, and it's really picking up the green. Now, I would always say, I would like to let this sit for a couple hours before I serve it, because the noodles do soak in. So they do soak in some of this residual flavor from the actual, dressing that we made and everything, and that's really good. So I'm gonna clean up here a little bit. We'll put it into a bowl. Maybe we'll try it. I'll try it. I have it in a new bowl. It looks presentable now. And you can see it's just the pasta salad. Now, each pasta, so if you don't want more of a whole wheat pasta like I picked, choose the traditional. It's whatever works for you. I kind of like these little bit bigger noodles too. Anyway, this is when you just serve it up. Now, obviously you have to keep this cold. So you want to get it out right before you serve it. Keep it cold. You could even set it on ice if it's going to be out for a little bit. But then your party goers, we'll just get good pasta salad. Macaroni salad. Now, what I love about it is, it's not trying to be anything else. It is what it is. It has that kind of iconic dressing to it with that hint of mustard. I'm glad I remembered. It made a big difference. But it couples well with the slight freshness of that parsley and the dill. I really like that. That plays really well and kind of brings out more of the relish, which to me is super important. With the hard-boiled egg, the creamy cheese, that pasta. It's just good, and it plays together super well. Imagine this with a hamburger. Imagine this outside sitting on a patio, watching fireworks. Who knows what, but this is where it's gonna be, and this is what's gonna make it happen. So, as always, what do I hope you do with this? I hope you have a party, I hope you have people over, and I hope you make pasta salad. I also hope you share the video around, because when you share these videos, it helps me so much, but it helps everyone else see that, guess what? If this guy in Iowa can do this, anybody can make this. They can have fun, they can enjoy it, that's the point. As always, check my website, wiseguy.com, for tips, for tricks, and for all these recipes. They're all on there. Until next time, enjoy some family, enjoy some food, and have some fun. That's the point.